welcome back. Now you'll notice that we've got a different game loaded today, not farming. The reason for that is when I first met Eustace Farmer, he was called Eustace Farmer and he did a lot of farming videos. Then he changed his name to Atomic 67, so he wanted to do other videos apart from farming videos. And I watched every single video he made, even though a lot of them were about games I had no intention whatsoever of ever playing. I just found it quite interesting to listen to him talk. So I'm going to do two videos here because I don't know how to splice videos together, and so I'm actually going to do two shorter videos instead of one 20-minute video. I'll do two that are both, let's call them about 10 minutes long each, and 10-15 minutes, I'll keep them to that. They're both on two different games that are so completely different and yet so completely the same. And the reason we're not doing the farming, no, I'm not bored with the farming, but it's simply that in my farm right now it's winter time, so there's really nothing to watch me do. All I'm doing each day is feeding the animals, and that's it. I've fixed up all my equipment ready for the following year, and each day I just feed the animals and fast forward through the rest of the day. So there's nothing to see on the farming today, which is why I'm going to do these two videos instead. Now, these two videos, which as I said, they'll be shorter ones, they're intended to actually be one longer video or one half hour, 20-minute half hour video. So they're intended to be watched back to back. So this is the first one, and when you finish watching this one, go and watch the other one that I'll be releasing straight after this one pretty much. And we're going to review two rally games, which are both top-down rally games. So I used to do a lot of car racing, and I enjoyed both circuit racing and rallying. And the thing with rally games is they can become very, very hardcore. And sometimes you don't feel like doing hardcore, you feel like doing something a bit more arcade-like what you'd play in a coin arcade. So these are both arcade-type rally games that we're going to review. Now, before we get started, I'd just like to say Happy Father's Day. Here in New Zealand, it's Father's Day today, and I know that AK and Fury Machine Gaming are both fathers, so I'm not sure whether PA Player Boy is or not, but if he is, then Happy Father's Day to all of you and to anyone else watching. And for those of you in America, I give you permission to have another Father's Day today. So just tell your wives, I'm sorry, it's Father's Day, so you can't make me do any work, but you can buy me presents or something. Because I have to say, Russell gave permission for us to have another Father's Day today because it's Father's Day in New Zealand. Okay, so let's go and have a look at this game. So this is the first one, and it's called Rush Rally Origins. Okay, so this is the first one we're going to have a look at, and we're just going to do what I'm actually going to do is I normally race New Zealand, funnily enough, but I'm going to race Finland instead, and there's a reason that I'm going to do a bit of Finland. Now, this game is very, very cheap, and the reason it's very, very cheap, well, in fact, both the ones we're going to review today are very, very cheap, is this is an unlicensed game. Now, you probably don't believe me when you're looking at these car names here, because you'll say, that's not unlicensed, all the cars are labelled exactly as they should. And that's because, and if we go on to the next screen for a second, I'll show you as well, here's all the drivers' names again. They're real names. And the reason for this is that this game allows you to change the names of any cars and change the names of any drivers. So you can quite easily change all the names, which were all the names were sort of play on the real drivers' names. So like Richard Burns, for example, they changed over the R and the B, so it became Richard Runes. Well, it was easy enough to change back. So, and all the car names were also equally funny. If I go in there for a second, it's going to make me quit the rally now, isn't it, to go back to the car select bit. So we'll just do that. There we go. Yes, I want to quit there. Okay, so when we go in there, you'll see, come on, all the car names are real, and that's because I changed those as well to be the real car names, and they were quite funny. Like this one here, which was a Ford Escort in real life, they called it a Ford Companion I thought that was quite funny. Forward companion instead of forward escort. Anyway, so this one you can drive older or newer cars. As you can see, it's got both newer and older. An interesting thing with this one is cars do wear out. So you can see here that this one is almost completely worn out now. I've used it so much, it's sort of 2/3 of the way of being dead. Now I don't know how you go about repairing it, because when you go to the upgrades, that just gives us the option of upgrading the different parts on it and changing the colour of it. It doesn't actually give us the option of doing repairs, so I'm not sure how you do the main repairs to the main car, but we'll work that out. Now there is a reason I'm choosing the Ford Escort, and so I'm choosing to race Finland, and that's because when we go to the next game we're going to race the Ford Escort around Finland again, just so you can compare graphics and things. Because as I said, both of these games are top-down rally games. Okay, but so they're both the same game, yet they couldn't be more different from each other.
Off the gravel, easy left, 100.
No, I've got the mouse on.
Medium right.
Now those arrows are on the road here. You can turn those off. I've got them on right now because I'm talking over my co-driver, so I can't hear them giving me direction. So I've got them turned on right now, just so I know which way I'm going, but you can turn those off and just listen to your co-driver.
Overjump 40, onto gravel, 80,
now, to make sure that people tune in for both part 1 and part 2 of this video, I'm going to tell part of the story in this video, and if you want to hear the rest of the story, you'll need to tune into the other video in a few minutes' time to hear that. So, this week, I had the opportunity to buy what is probably, I haven't actually checked the Guinness Book of Records or anything here, but it's in all likelihood the world's most expensive puppy dog. And believe it or not, the reason I haven't gone ahead isn't because my wife took me out of it and said I couldn't. In fact, my wife wants me to get this puppy dog. She's not walking with the license slightest. She thinks it's well worth the money. So this week I had the opportunity to get a $1.1 million puppy dog. Now, as I said, my wife is very, very keen on me getting this puppy dog. So she's not trying to talk me out of it in any way whatsoever. I've talked myself out of it by saying to her, no, look, I really just don't consider it worth the money I'm saying. Now, this game doesn't have a very steep learning curve. You can get into it and start winning rallies pretty much straight away and things. You can make it harder as you get better in things. No upgrades there. There's only 6. I think there's only 6 per car. As you can see though, I mean obviously as with any top-down racer, the track's far wider than it would be in real life. In real life the tracks are really wide in the car for rallying. Certainly not wide enough to fit 3 cars side by side like this one is, but you need the extra width because you're doing a top-down race. Now, both this game and the one we're going to look at next, both have different weather effects. You can have rain or snow depending on what country you're racing in. You can also have night time or daytime. So both of them offer both those 2 things. But as I said, these 2 rally games couldn't be more different, even though they're the same, they couldn't be more different. And we're not going to finish this rally, we'll finish the end of this stage and move on to the other game, so I can show you the other one as well, and then I'll give a verdict at the end of the second one. Now, this one here, the handling is quite arcade-like, and I think it's deliberately done that way so you can easily get a car with a nice controlled slide around those corners, and therefore it can be quite a lot of fun to race it, just because you've got so much control there. I think from memory there's about 11 different cars in this one, so it doesn't have as many cars as the other one does. There's only about 11 of them, and oops, that tree. There's about 8 different countries I think you can race in. There might be, if we count them in a minute, there might be more than 8, there might be up to 10 countries you can race in. And this one was 6 stages in each country, so a decent number of rally stages you can race around. Okay, so as I said, I didn't do anywhere near as well on that one because I hit that tree. So that puts me at 3rd overall so far. So yeah, and I apologise for the mouse showing up sometimes in the middle of the screen. I forgot to move to the beginning, to the edge of the screen before I started, which I normally do. So now we'll exit that one and quit. Yes. Okay, we'll just have a look. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different countries. So there you go, 8 countries with 6 stages in each country. And yeah, there's about 11 different cars in this one. Okay, so now we've been talking for about 10 minutes. So I'll see you shortly for part 2, where we'll look at the other rally game and I'll finish the story about the most expensive puppy in the world. Thanks. Bye for now.